Alrighty, okay, so here we are, Mount Gravatt. Once again, done videos on this before, so it's a 2k climb, average is about 7%. We're just doing 100k here today, and this is at the start of it, so we just thought we'd go up this hill, shake the legs out a bit. And I'm in the front at the minute, and here comes Timbo. Here's Tim the climber, and he's coming up behind me, so I'm pushing, what, 360 watts at the start, and then here he comes, bangs it out to 500 watts. This is what gets me now. We're sitting on 400 watts, so I pushed up to 560 odd watts. Now I'm holding him at 400s, and then when we're getting into a bit of a pace, a bit more of a rhythm, it's still over 300 watts. So I'm having to actually, after this effort here, he does this for a minute, so he gets stuck in there for a good minute. At the start, this is quite a hard part of it, 'cause it gets up to around about 11%, and then he sits back down, gets more into a rhythm, and we're still pushing 300 watts. And that's the thing. Now, if I'd have started the climb out in my 300 watt zone, so around 300 watts, it would have been better for me. But to hang on to him, to hold him, well, what you got to do, you just got to push out the watts. You've got no choice. So I thought I'll give a go at holding him as long as I can today, and see if I can get a PB, which I did actually. I got PB on the first, a bit over a kilometer of this climb, so that's a 2k climb, and I got my PBs on the first kilometer holding him here. So, and no, it's still up at 300 plus watts. So this is hard. This is hard to go from 560 watts to 400 watts to then 300 plus watts and maintain it. I mean, I'm running, what am I running? I'm running a compact crank and an 1128. Now, I don't use the 28. I'm sitting in the 25. Tim runs standard, so he's on a 5339 and he runs 1125. So he'll be in his 25 now or something, I guess. Nice, steady, smooth cadence. So not bad actually. The cadence is pretty good considering I'm in the 25, sitting on 95 odd cadence, pushing close to 300 watts. And out he goes again and gives it another little splurt. And up goes the watts again to hold him. See, back into 400 watts again. This is what I've got to practice. I have to practice this now on the indoor trainer, and when I get on this hill, I've got to start practicing those higher end watts for, you know, a minute, 400 watts at a minute and things, and then recovering at 300 watts. That's what I've got to start practicing to get a real good time up here. I think today I didn't get a PB on the total run up over the 2Ks because I drop off his tail, but I think I did it in, my best up here is 7:15, and today I think I did it in 7:17 or 7:18, can't remember. Tim did it in 6:38 in the end, and his best up here is 5:58. So he just keeps this power going, he keeps his rhythm moving, you know, and he's just able to push those pedals and put the power through them and hold it there. So this is where I start to drop out now, but I got over a K with him, so that's good. That's a good thing. That means I'm getting stronger. And look, my excuse, you've got to have an excuse, haven't you? Everyone's got to have an excuse. My excuse is the last 4 weeks I've been up every day at about 4:30 and working on the Renault, in between training, all the rest of it. I know it's not the best excuse in the world, but anyway, I'm going to take it. Take any excuse. So that's my excuse for why I couldn't hold him. But next time, I'll put in a bit of a stronger effort, hopefully. So see if I can get him. But he's gone. Once you're off the back, you're gone, aren't you? Once you're off the back, there's no catching up on something like this. So we're still at 8%. Heart rate's quite well up there. I did reach up to, I think, about 170. Now, if I'd have held him to here, we're coming up to the water tank now, and it starts to level out for about 100 metres or so, a couple of 100 metres in a minute, so down to 6% now. If I could have held him to here, I would have been okay, because you get slight recovery for about 10 seconds. So it's got pretty easy now. The cadence will kick up there, the gradient's coming down, and this now you see the watts are dropping down. It's getting a little bit easier, so it levels out. It's not flat, but it's enough where you can just relax that for that few seconds, and just give your legs a bit of a break. But I couldn't hold him, so I'm on my own basically. But anyway, I got the first K, a bit over a K with him, which is good. And that first part of this climb is the hardest part. Now we're coming up to the next hard part now, which is the end. It gets back up to around about 11-10%. Sorry, between 9 and 10% on this last section. So you still got to have some in the tank to finish it off as well, to get a good time, or else you just can't. You just drop off. So I'll need to be able to hold those watts at, when I'm doing the efforts coming up here, I've got to be able to go up to 500 watts, then 400 watts, and hold it there, and then recovering at that 300 watt mark. Because on Tim's data from this, now he doesn't run a power meter, but on the data from Strava, it's saying his estimated average power for this climb is 338 watts. Okay, so realistically, I need to be able to average up here around about 330 to 340 watts average. So that means you've got to go into that high-end zone, that 500 watt mark a few times, sit in the 400 watt mark, and that's what I've got to practice on the indoor trainer. So that is what I'll be doing. I'll be doing some sessions on the indoor trainer and pushing those 400 watts for a minute here and there, and trying to get stronger to try and get my PB up here. I obviously run the Stages power meter. My average watts for this particular climb today was 289 watts average. So there you go, a little bit of work to do, but I'm happy with it because I've not been able to hold him for that long before. So getting stronger for sure. I'm just going to keep the training going, push those high intensity things, and try and get my PB in the next few weeks or next couple of months. Anyway, that is it for now. You got any questions or comments, you can post them down below.